Okay, situation, morning. Kid comes downstairs. First thing mom says to kid, eat your breakfast. Or, did you do your such and such, you know, before you came down? Now, she's different. Okay, what good response is now easy? You know, you're actually the mom walking in the park and you're thinking about how you are with your kid and you go, wow, you know, and you really, actually, you're able to see it, you know, because generally, mom doesn't know she's doing this. Mom thinks she's in relationship with her kid when she says, eat your breakfast. Yeah, right? I mean, that's being in relationship, isn't it? What else is there? What else could there be? So, anyway, so mom's walking in the wildlife area and she suddenly realizes that she does this. She doesn't actually even know she's doing it. And she goes, my God, you know, what response would now be easy given the silence in my mind and the fact that I have let go and care so much less about so many things that I compulsively cared about before. I used to compulsively care about these things. And what about now? How am I? You know, what am I like now? What good response is now easy when, you know, Junior comes down? And how about, hi? Oh, hey, how you doing? How's your morning going? So, you know, so this is an example of the meaning. This is how you interact with your signal. I don't know if you remember what I said in Lesson 1. I said that you have to interact with your signals. You must, you know, interpret your signals. And the accelerator is the interpretation of the signal. It is you discovering, see, I didn't really know that we needed movies about this because I just didn't, you know. I didn't know. I didn't realize that you needed movies about this. I thought that, you know, people would just do the accelerator. First of all, most people don't do accelerators and then they're gone. That's what happens. You know, if a person succeeds and they do this and they cure something, they're no more going to keep curing things. I used to think they would. You know, I used to think that people would cure something and get a result and they wouldn't be sick and they'd say, wow, I'm going to do this every day, all day for the rest of my life, like bingo. And I just didn't realize that that isn't the way people are. It's just the way I was. You know, when that's how I started. I cured something and I made a big fat choice. You know, but it's not what most people do. You see, the accelerator may be a misnomer. It may be the essential thing that you need in order to continue. But I do like the term because see, what I discovered about it, the reason I started doing these is because I knew that it made me go faster. Because, for example, there's another thing here under what is the meaning of your signal, like when in that category, that subheading, and it is what new behaviors can I construct? Am I going to construct? Because you start to see ways that, okay, I'm going to behave differently, and it really is constructing a behavior. You're going like, you know, like I'm going to have to change this, and I'm going to have to change this mannerism and do this other thing, and yeah, you know, that's what I'm going to do now. You know, I'm going to behave this way, and when that happens, or just in the morning, I'm going to well, okay, a new behavior to construct, an obvious new behavior, is you're going to do the things the email reminders remind you to do, such as like test through the hub every morning, for example. And you're going to go where it takes you is another one. You know, you're going to let those God breezes blow your boat. And your boat will then sail where God takes you in the form of your finger going down this list of things on the hub and telling you, okay, this is the skill to assimilate today. You see, doing accelerators is a skill. And underneath that skill, you know, a subheading of that skill is constructing new behaviors. You know what? I don't know if you can see this, but there is a spiral. There's a bunch of spirals on my shirt. And I bought this shirt for a reason, that the spiral is the symbol of our religion. Because, and it's an ancient, by the way, it's an ancient symbol in mysticism. And it signifies the continuing journey into the self. And so when we talk about immunity, we're actually talking about spiritual development. We're talking about immunity to, this is what spiritual development is. I mean, at a certain level of spiritual development, you just don't get sick anymore. I haven't had a flu even try to come on since 1993. Why would that be? Think about that. Like, why don't I get the flu anymore? Like, I have people who cure things regularly. I mean, you know, a friend of mine, cured a liver disease, and she's still, you know, as recently as a couple of years ago anyway, she told me, oh yeah, I think I'm coming down with something, you know, I caught it from my husband or a significant other or whatever, and she's just going on about this, and I'm going to go, why? You know, I'm telling you, it doesn't even try to come on. But of course, I do this every day. Here's an interesting plane. You know, we have a lot of plane hobbyists that live around here. And they have some pretty interesting little crafts they fly. Anyway, so this is something that you do in your car. You should probably have a printout of the accelerator in your car, at least until you have the thing memorized. Which at some point, you know, they always say you can't remember more than 7 things. It doesn't matter how many things there are. When you do it, you will memorize the things you need, and the ones you don't need, you won't, which is fine too, you know. And I'll tell you what, if you do even one thing, construct new behaviors, you don't even have to decide what responses are now easy. They will be, and you'll start doing them. You know, that's the funny thing. You see, when you cure things, your functions turn on without you turning them on. You know, all the installation we do? I think the installation speeds things up. But those things would get installed anyway at some point, whether you decided to do them or not. You know, if you cure things, you're going to install what you need to install. That's going to all happen. But the thing that's really important is to do the advanced skills, like remove the veil. That's a skill. You know, that title of that comes from, in mysticism, they say that, you know, the soul is veiled, and so it can't see itself. You can't discover that you're God, you know, because you can't see your real nature, which is that you and God are one. And as the veils lift, you see that that is so. And this is what's happening for you. As you do this, you are discovering that you're discovering your real self. You're discovering that you're detached, and that you're loving, and that you're caring, and that you're, you know, all of these God qualities. So, me too. Welcome to the club.